Hello, people in internet. I am the Wolf Driver. I'm currently being blinded by the light, and yeah, I'm currently laying down on the ground. So, welcome back to a brand new episode of Talking Cubic Methods. We're gonna be talking about the ECE method. So, specifically the NoEO variant. Pretty sure that's how it's called. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting method for 3x3, and yeah, this ground is not too comfortable. Let's get off it and let's go talking about this method. Now, before I talk about the method itself, I do have to mention that it is often mistaken with the shadow slice method, which it is rightfully mistaken because they are very similar. In fact, usually ECE is kind of considered as a variant of shadow slice. Shadow slice, also known as SSC, maybe you've already heard of the name of the abbreviations, so SSCM or SSCO. SSCM standing for shadow slice snow columns, and the M for misoriented, O for oriented. Well, basically what I'm trying to say is that even though ECE is now kind of considered as a variant of that method, it was originally designed as a standalone method by Julien Adams. I think I said the name correct. Yeah, Julien Adam without the S. Sorry. Yeah, that's really what it is. Now, ECE, when originally proposed, had 6 variants, if I'm not mistaken. L6E, the original variant, L6E variant, broken variant, permute last variant, EZD variant, which is considered to be the best out of the variants, which is though a variant that I don't know because it includes a step of algs that aren't too easy to find. And then there's the NoEO variant, which is my personal favorite variant, which is often considered the second best variant. And now, what's very cool about this method is that it focuses on being of a low move count, but also not like highs in a way. So highs, yes, it's a low move count, but it's pretty complicated to do the steps or to see the steps fast. Instead, for ECE, what was trying to be done is to try to make it ergonomic, but also economic in move count, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. But yeah, I'm talking about all of this. Let's actually jump to showing you guys how the method works. Now, the first 3 steps of the ECE method, NoE variant, and OEO variant, are the same as the original variant's first 3 steps, and most of the variant's first 3 steps. Now, the first step is to build the equator, so solve these 4 edges while orienting the bottom layer corners. Now, I'm doing this with blue top, green bottom, so all I need to do is kind of like interchange that so that you get your corresponding, so like replace green with white and like imagine blue with yellow. So obviously here I create a pair. This kind of resembles an F12 pair. It doesn't have to be an F12 pair. If I can get another example here, there we go. This, for example, that would be a correct insertion because obviously orients this and inserts this. And yet again, they don't even have to be the same color, so it would be like, let me find this. There we go. So sometimes you can see it may be hard to pair them up, so you can just insert it and then pair up an edge. Obviously, the time I'm trying to explain it without making it seem like you're creating F12 pairs, I'm creating only F12 pairs, which is extremely annoying. But hopefully you guys get what I'm trying to do. Oh, there we go. For example, see this. They really like have nothing to do with the 2 pieces, but this creates an oriented corner, and this is a solved edge in the equator. I think you get what I mean. Now the second step is to solve the top corners. This can be done in 2 ways. Now, usually you would insert last pair using winter variation, which would basically already solve these corners as winter variation does. Obviously, I don't know winter variation, so I'm gonna have to solve them separately after. Then what you do is kind of like in square one, orient the corners and then permute the corners. Now, in the method's description, you use the square one algorithms. So I don't know them, so I'll basically be doing a T perm and a Y perm since it's opposites, and this is or. But yeah, if you want to get advanced with this method, you're gonna have to use the square one algorithms to basically permute all corners in one alg. Now the next step is to solve the bottom 4 edges. I'm gonna do this slowly, obviously there's faster ways to doing it. There we go. Oh, I got a skip. Well, usually what will basically be happening is 0, 2 or 4 misoriented edges. Now usually what you're gonna be doing is then doing ELL, which is a subset, which is a alg set of 29 algs, which solves the edge, which orients and permutes the edges, the last 4 edges. Now here I got a skip, so I got basically an H perm. But usually what you can get, it's gonna be like something like, wait, let me just, there we go. Usually what you're gonna get is gonna be like something like this. You either do one alg and then solve everything, or do it 2 looks. So first orient, then permute. I just messed up an H perm. Not an H perm, a Z perm. Oh well. Yeah, so I do it in 2 looks since I don't know full ELL. But yeah, that's basically an overview of the method. As I said, the first 3 steps are kind of the same for nearly every single variant of the ECE method, but for this case, like for the NoEO variant, the last steps are kind of different, which are, you know, solving these 4 edges and then doing ELL, which for me is basically an OLL that solves these plus EPLL, since I don't know full ELL. So yeah, that's kind of how the method works. That's how you can do it beginner's way, how you can do it the advanced way. So now let's actually talk about the method. Is it good? Is it bad? What are the advantages? And does it have potential to rival a method like CFOP or something like that? Now, one thing this method has for sure is potential, because now the fastest known user, at least for the EZD variant, is around 12 seconds. At least that's when he last updated it. That was obviously the creator Julian Adam. Sorry about your name if I butcher it so many times. And actually, you know what? I'll take the second to say, if I messed up anything within the method, a step or something, let me know in the comments, because I'm doing this based off what I understood the method. If I've proposed a step wrong, let me know. Okay, as I was saying, what's extremely interesting about this method is its low move count, but also the low amount of algorithms. So for example, ZB was originally designed to be a CFOP with an extremely low move count, but obviously due to the high amount of ZBLLs, it turns out to be not as good of a method. Like, it is a good method, by no means am I saying it's a bad method, ZB, but like not that a type of method many people want to get into due to the high amount of algs. Well, this one tries to replicate, well, and successfully so, the move count of methods such as ZB, having, for example, the EZD variant a estimated move count of like 45 or 44, and like the NoEO variant just slightly higher. So like very low move counts, and basically it replicates that while also providing a method that doesn't have 500,000 algs to learn. The cons of this method, so it being so different from your usual method, it will definitely give its difficulties to get faster at it. For example, for the equator plus oriented corners, obviously you need to get good at pairing up the edges and an oriented corner without it being like obviously a F12 pair, also it will take too many moves, but at the same time it can be kind of confusing. So now what I'm doing with it when I'm solving with it is if I see an easy pair up, I will pair it up. So like during inspection I'll see usually like 3 out of the 4 equator edges. So if I see an easy pair up, I'll pair them up, or else I'll just insert and then do 3 sexies to basically bring this down. So yeah, that's how I do it. Obviously it's not the correct way. The correct way would be to pair them up. But yeah, it's kind of intriguing as a method. Now, I honestly do think this method has sub 10 potential. Now, theoretically, people have said it can reach around 8 seconds. It's yet to be proven to be sub 10. Fastest users, I think, is around like 12, 11 seconds, once again, as I stated earlier. And yeah, that's really about it for this method. I hope you guys find it interesting. it's definitely a method I am trying to practice in. I currently average 30 seconds on this method, but that is using a lot of beginner stuff. Obviously, if I were to learn full CP and not do like up and then down, or even and even get faster to CO, because obviously I got easy case, which was literally this. No, it doesn't. Well, you get what I mean. It was kind of like an R2, like 4 move CO. Obviously, a few harder COs which I'm gonna have to learn. But yeah, overall, it's interesting method. Now, yeah, that's the ECE method NoEO variant. If you guys think I fucked up a few of the things, a few of the steps, let me know, because I'm going this based off what my understanding of the method. So yeah, been your boy the Zool Driver. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
The sun goes down, the stars come out, and all that counts is here and now. My universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came.
I think I just came.
On this beat, had to go and get it.